Learn how to plot a line graph in Chart.js by configuring line paths, removing smooth curves, and customizing line borders and color. In this lesson, we want to look at how we can create line graphs with Chart.js. Creating line graphs with Chart.js. And I have included an empty canvas where the graph is going to be rendered, as well as a CDL link to the Chart.js global library. So let's move into our script section and let's start adding our values. The first thing is we want to add X values. So this is just going to be some numbers: 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, and then 150. So this is our X value, and let's also add our Y values. Let it be some 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 10, 11, 14, 14, and 15. Just random numbers. You can make it uniform, you can make different numbers. And once I do that, it's time for me to make another variable and use it to pick the ID of my canvas elements. That's going to be my chart. So now that I've done that, so call the new chart constructor and then pass in my variable to be able to draw on that canvas, and then inside it select line. Select the type of chart that we want. In this case, we want line. And then our data should contain labels. So our label is going to be X values, and our data set is going to have a field of force, line tension 0. Now background color of RGBA 0, 0, 255 and 1.0, which is the opacity effects. Border color. Let's also add this to the RGB 00255 and then 0.1. Now data as well, Y values. So notice our label is going to be X value, which is what we have under, and our data is now going to be our Y value, which is what we have up here. And now if you look at what we already have here, you can see we are already having a solid line graph display from our Chart.js. And now I also want to add options to it. And inside these options, let's add some more values or properties rather. Add plugins. And inside our plugins, let's see if we want to display legend and set the display to false. So see that the legend has disappeared. Now let's add title. And for this title, we want it to display. So set it to true. Then text. Just use anything. House prices versus size. And then set the font and set it to be like maybe 18 or 16. And now you should see house prices versus size. So you see the line graph. So with this is a line that you can use to just, predict or visualize something. So this is how you can create line graph with Chart.js in JavaScript. So our example visualizes our housing price trend as a continuous blue path. So it uses separate array for the horizontal x coordinates, outside and vertically y coordinate prices. So the line is drawn with sharp, straight segments rather than curves, with light blue grid connecting border styling in the path. You can see the borders. You can see these fade black borders, and you can see the styling for the line. So here we are telling Chart.js to switch its layout instruction to draw a connecting line path through all the coordinate points. And the field is set to false here because by default, a line chart in Chart.js tries to shade the entire area underneath the line with a semi-transparent color block. Setting field to false keeps the area under the line empty, leaving a clean thin line path. You can see that we set the field to false and those lines have disappeared. And we also set line tension to 0. This parameter controls the curvature of the line. Setting line tension to 0 cuts off all automatic rounding or smoothing. So this forces the path to connect with straight, crisp, angular segments. And we also have a border color, which style the main connecting path line. So this is what style the main connecting path line, the border color, and we also have background color and the data values in order to achieve the creation or the creating of the line graph with Chart.js. Here are a few key takeaways from this lesson. Number one, switching from scatter dot to a connected graph is as simple as changing the type parameter to line. Number two, use line tension 0 for sharp, straight connecting segments, or increase it slightly like 0.4 if you prefer organic rounded wave curves. And lastly, you can use a combination of field force, border color, and background to precisely style the lines and the dot node independently, just as we did in this particular example.